So, before I start the review, I want to say that most of you are probably wondering where the Among Us video is, and I'll explain that at the end, so stick around for that. And also, spoilers for Good Omens. Like, the entire series, so if you haven't watched it yet, please go watch it, it's amazing. Hello, worms and germs, and welcome to my first speed paint. Hi, Farley. Do you want to join me? Anyway, this is the first time I'm doing a speed paint, so if it looks terrible, I'm sorry. Speaking of terrible, I accidentally like looked I accidentally gave David Tennant the wrong nose because I'm looking at it right now in the recording. I'm like, why did I do that? I originally I have a habit of doing like more defined noses when like a character is not supposed to have more defined noses, and I got really self-conscious that I was doing that again. So at the end I did end up fixing that. You'll see it at the end. But for right now, you and I are just both gonna have to live with the knowledge that I messed up in the nose. So anyway, I have known about Good Omens for a while, and I've known about the author, Neil Gaiman, for a while because I've one been on Tumblr and two known a little bit about mythology. And apparently, Neil Gaiman is more of a like theology nerd than I originally knew. Like he wrote an entire book about Greek mythology, and Greek mythology is like my favorite thing ever. We're not getting too much into that, but my friend recommended Good Omens to me because they've known me for a long time. And one of the things that you should know about me, and specifically what are my favorite ship dynamics, I really love friends to lovers, enemies to lovers, but like, and in media, I love cliffhangers that make you weep, and also I really love theology. And I knew that Good Omens contained like all of this, but I have a habit of not watching media that appeals to me because I'm just a little shit and I don't do that. So I'll get more in depth on why I don't do that when I start talking about Critical Role and maybe the next episode. Who knows when I'm gonna do a next episode? I've barely uploaded on this channel for years. But anyway, I started watching and I was like, I have to info dump about this. And you know what the best website for info dumping is? Not Twitter, YouTube. Because you just get to talk about things into an empty void most of the time. And sometimes people will listen, and sometimes people will tell you to do heinous things. Anyway, so as soon as I started watching, I noticed something that is so near and dear to like not near and dear, but one thing I really love about like Christian mythology is that demons most of the time aren't really bad people. They just ask too many questions, and that's what we see immediately with Crowley. Crowley is not a demon because he's a bad person. Well, he does turn like some paintball guns into like real guns in like one of the first episodes. So like maybe he's not that good of a person. But anyway, he's not like a terrible person by any means of the word. But he when season 2 opens, we see Crowley and Aziraphale both as angels, and like Crowley says, "What's the harm asking a few questions could do," or something like that. And we all know the outcome of that, and obviously, um, he falls because he asks too many questions. But so that is the one thing you need to know about Crowley. He's not a bad person. He's just a demon because he asks too many questions. And Aziraphale, he's just so dumb. Or like the best word for it is like naive. Um, David Tennant even describes Aziraphale as having learned naivety. And like every time it's brought up, Aziraphale always says that Crowley is a well, in season one when they're like not as good of friends as they are in season two. Um, well, Aziraphale says that Crowley is a demon and angels should not trust demons because that's the way it is. But and like in season two, um, they talk about like moralities and like gray zones, and Crowley is not an evil person. He is just a person who asks too many questions, or well, a demon. The reason why he's a demon is because he asks too many questions. He's not a bad person, and it's like I just I love the fact that like since Aziraphale is so naive, he falls for that whole demons are bad, angels are good kind of thing. And it's so adorable to see because it's just every time, every time. I love him. I'm in the Aziraphale Defenders Club after season 2. If you hate Aziraphale, um I'm not saying anything. But anyway, Aziraphale is just so dumb and I love him. I love him so much. But what we need to really recognize about him is that he loves Crowley. And it's the same for Crowley. Crowley is in love with Aziraphale because like like when we first see like Aziraphale really fall in love with Crowley is like in 1941, and if you like in 1941, Crowley not Crowley, Aziraphale's doing like some business deals with um not good people. Um just gonna say that in case. Well, I can't get demonetized yet. He makes a deal with Nazis, and he falls for that. Um, like he falls for the deal that he's making with these Nazis, and then um, like Crowley comes in to save the day. As he normally does. He comes in to save the day like so much for Aziraphale. Like to the point where at like the end of season 2, Aziraphale's just like, "Oh, I have my own plan, but I just let Crowley like save the day because it makes him so happy." And that's just so adorable. That's so adorable, man. But anyway, um like Crowley comes in to save the day. The church that they're in explodes because oh yeah, they're in a church like making this deal. And like Crowley's doing like this whole like hop to because like the ground like it's a church, like he can't be in there, he's a demon. But anyway, consecrated ground, anyway, whatever. So like Crowley like takes the bag that the books were in like out of this Nazi's hand, and he like gives it to Aziraphale, and you can and like they get in the car together, and Aziraphale's just like, "Oh, is there anything I can do for you, sir?" And it's just like he's not offering you an extra large sausage pizza. Okay? Don't it's just books. It's just books. I'm sorry for making that reference. But goddamn, he's like he's he just loves himself some books. That's the thing about these two. They're so they got the autism. And so what really makes them like really realize that they're in love with each other is Beelzebub and Gabriel and the lesbian couple. I forgot um I know Nina's name, but I don't remember the other girl's name. I'm so sorry. I could look that up right now, but I'm too busy info dumping. Um so basically Beelzebub and Gabriel, they're both also demons and angels, but they fall in love, and like the whole season is about protecting Gabriel from the forces of hell because Beelzebub is like commanding Crowley to find Gabriel. At first we think it's for like some nefarious purposes, but really at the end of the season it's just revealed that they're looking for their missing bimbo. And it's so adorable. And so like Crowley and Aziraphale realize that like if they just leave together, they leave this earth, and get away from the forces of heaven and hell, they can just go off and be happy together. And then the lesbian couple who they've been setting up together this whole season are like, yeah, just confess your feelings to Aziraphale, Crowley. And Crowley's just like, okay, cool. And then another plot point of the season is that Aziraphale is supposed to take over Gabriel's place because obviously Gabriel is no longer able to like be the highest archangel, like the guy in command for all the archangels. And this dude, his name was Metatron, the Metatron, but I just the the robot from Undertale. Um, he's like, oh, but don't you want to be um the head archangel? Here's some coffee that's totally not like drugged. Coffee theory, coffee theory, coffee theory. But anyway, something happens, and and Aziraphale is just like he needs to be a part of this. He needs to be like the top archangel. He can fix heaven. He can make Crowley an angel again. And he tells Crowley this, and Crowley's like, I don't want to be an angel. I don't want to be a demon. I just want to be with you. And then they kiss. And then then Aziraphale, because he's drugged, he's like, oh my god, I love you, but please just come with me to heaven. And Crowley leaves, and that's the whole thing of the season. And that's the end of this season for now. And look at my art. And look at my art. I have so much time left for info dumping, and that's it. Thank you for listening to my insane ramblings. So, this is the end of the episode and well, the video. And I just wanted to say the reason why I unlisted like all of the previous videos was because I kind of want to do like more with this channel, you know? I felt like just making shitpost videos was like boring and stupid. And I'm getting like I'm going to college for like editing. So I really don't want like dumb videos like the Among Us video to like represent like my editing. And I know this is gonna be like this is a video that I'm like shittily throwing together because it's just like a little video that I can, like info dump in, but I'm done with like that whole like jokey like not jokey. I'm making jokes, but I want this channel to be kind of more like a portfolio. And like I like having this channel. This channel is my own. And I'm sorry for like all the 12-year-olds out there who like saw the original Among Us video and thought I was just gonna make that forever and ever and ever. I'm sorry. I have so many subscribers on this account just for like the Among Us video, just from the Among Us video. So if you want to see me make more of the Don't Introduce Me to Media series, please like drop some recommendations in the comments. Share this with your friend who really loves Good Omens, or share this video with someone who hates Good Omens and will tell me why they don't like Good Omens, and I'll tell them that they're wrong. Thank you for watching, and I'm gonna go hibernate for like 70 years. Goodbye.